Leaving Shergaon early in the morning, the road curved gently away from the familiar wooden homes and orchards. Instead of heading toward Bomdila, we took the quieter interior route, a road less traveled. The drive felt intimate and untouched. Tall pine trees lined the narrow mountain road, their shadows stretching across the bends. There were long stretches without a single vehicle in sight. The bypass around Bomdila felt as if we had stepped into a more private corner of the Himalayas. The first glimpse of a distant snow-peaked mountain appeared suddenly through a break in the trees, its white summit glowing softly against the high Himalayan sky. As the climb began toward Mandala top, the road tightened into sharper curves. Along one quiet bend, Arunachal yak stood calmly by the roadside, its thick shaggy coat moving gently in the mountain breeze. The air grew cooler, thinner, and clearer. Patches of cloud drifted lazily across the hillsides, a striking reminder that we were now truly in high Himalayan terrain. At the summit stood the iconic 108 white Buddhist stupas, arranged across the hilltop like silent sentinels facing the mountains. The wind was stronger here, crisp, almost biting, carrying with it the sound of fluttering prayer flags. Beyond the stupas, layer upon layer of Himalayan ridges stretched endlessly into the distance. We reached Darang by evening, the valley wrapped in mist and quiet mountain calm. After checking in at Pemmeling Lords in Darang, we retired for the night, grateful for the warmth and comfort after a long day on the road. The next morning, after a simple breakfast, we set off early towards Sela Pass. As we left Darang behind, the road began to climb sharply. The gentle green slopes slowly disappeared, replaced by steeper gradients and rugged mountain faces. The terrain turned rocky and dramatic. At one particularly stunning stretch, we pulled over and stepped out. The silence was immense. Endless ridges rolled into the distance under a vast open sky. We took our time capturing photographs, trying to hold onto the moment. After a couple of steady uphill stretches, navigating sharp bends and thinning air, we reached Baisakhi military station. This military station is home to the revered Jaswant Gar War Memorial, often associated with the legendary Sela warriors. Set against stark, rugged mountains, the military station is a solemn reminder of the sacrifices made during the 1962 Indochina War. The memorial honors Rifleman Jaswant Singh Rawat, who is believed to have held off advancing enemy forces for days with extraordinary courage. Alongside him, local Monpa women, including one named Sela, are remembered in regional lore for their bravery and support during the conflict. The nearby Sela Pass itself is said to be named in her memory. From here, the Indian military presence grew more visible, camps, convoys, and bunkers lining the route. With the China border just about 50 kilometers away, the otherwise serene mountains carried a clear strategic significance. Amid the stark rocky mountain face, just after a sharp bend in the road, we were suddenly greeted by snow, bright patches clinging to the slopes. The harsh browns and grays of the landscape gave way to a sudden shimmer of white, transforming the scene into something magical and unexpected, making the trip even more worthwhile. After nearly 3 hours of driving from Darang, we reached Sela Lake, welcomed by a biting chilly wind. Before us lay the partially frozen lake, its icy surface shimmering under the bright mountain sunlight. Standing by Sela Lake, we soaked in the gentle mountain sun, letting its warmth balance the biting cold. A steaming bowl of hot noodles, cooked with local mountain spices, never tasted better. We posed for a few photographs, trying to capture the surreal beauty around us. After spending time by the lake, we drove slowly around Sela Lake, taking in its vast, icy expanse from different angles. Soon, we made our way toward the newly built Sela Tunnel, an engineering marvel cutting through the rugged mountains and ensuring year-round connectivity. Passing through the first Sela tunnel, we began our descent from the stark high-altitude terrain. After a short drive and crossing the second tunnel, the mountains slowly softened, and we continued onward toward the serene landscapes of Sancti Valley. And just like that, our journey across the dramatic heights of Sela comes to a close, from winding mountain roads and first glimpses of snow-capped peaks to the icy calm of Sela Lake and the engineering marvel of the Sela Tunnel. It was a drive filled with raw landscapes, history, and unforgettable high-altitude moments. But the journey isn't over yet. In the next video, we descend into the serene beauty of Sancti Valley, where the mountains soften, the river flows gently, and a completely different side of Arunachal awaits. Jan 2026, Sela Lake witnessed a heartbreaking tragedy when 2 tourists from Kerala drowned after the ice covering the lake unexpectedly gave way underfoot. The incident occurred while they were part of a group taking photos near the frozen surface, and rescue teams from the army and local authorities worked amid harsh conditions to recover the victims. Around the same period, there was also a narrow escape reported at Sela Lake when several visitors slipped through thin ice but were pulled out safely before serious harm, underscoring how deceptively dangerous frozen surfaces can be in high-altitude winter conditions. These events serve as a stern reminder that while the snow-covered landscapes are stunning, they can also be unpredictable, and caution should always come first when exploring such fragile environments.